Thank you, Nehemiah. Michael Marino.
Hello. Just before I begin here, I just wanted to dispel a rumor. This is not a clip-on. This is real. It's been going on right now. But I'd like to thank Steve for the very powerful phone call a couple years ago. Also, my mentors during the project period. First off, Jim Crusoe, Alistair McCartney. Also, Christine Hale. And again, Alistair McCartney. Met him twice, and he was very instrumental working on the story, so I hope you enjoy it. It's called Looking Out the Window. I'm peeing on Bruce's head from the top of the big toy in the recess yard when Mrs. Thompson sees us and shouts, "Timothy, stop that!" But I just can't. Once you start something this important, it's hard to stop. You have to finish what you start, or else you'll get into trouble, the grown-ups tell us all the time. That's why I keep peeing on Bruce's head. I do it almost every day, and Bruce laughs when I do it. Bruce is my best friend. We hang out in the grove. The grove is full of trees that have paper for bark. The ground there has leaves and acorns all over that smell like cough syrup. Some of the trees you can climb and jump off real good. There are ones with the trunks cut so that you can stand on the flat ends. On the top of the tall tree stumps, you can pee on Bruce, and it's awesome. Most kids are scared of the tall tree stumps and jumping from them, but not me. Most kids are shit-lips, I think. They're scared of the teachers, too. Fuck shit-lip losers. Mrs. Thompson is one of our kindergarten teachers. She's not as nice to look at as Mrs. Sutton, who is younger, but Mrs. Thompson has dark hair and freckles. I like the freckle spots because they stand out in certain places. When Mrs. Thompson wears different kinds of dresses, sometimes I can see more spots around her neck. I always want to look at her boobies that poke out of the red dress she likes to wear on ice cream day. When I make her mad like now, she runs around faster and parts of her body shift, and I think it's wonderful how they move and shake. She grabs my arm and pulls me, and that's when some pee gets on her hand. She's mad and she's beautiful, and she drags me across the yard with my pants around my ankles. Everyone in the yard is looking, pointing, and laughing with their shit-lipped faces. When you're being bad inside a classroom, they put you outside in the hall until the bell rings. But when you're being bad outside, they take you inside. Today, inside is where Principal Al is waiting for me. He's the one that keeps telling my dad to make me eat the Riddler stuff so that I will focus more in school. I used to be worried of Principal Al. I think it's because his skin's so white. He's also very tall and always wears a coat and tie so dark I can't tell if it's blue or black. He has curly black hair, big fuzzy caterpillar eyebrows, spider hairy arms, and a long beard and giant skinny fingers. The shit-lips are all scared of him. But because I see him so much for being bad every day, we are close friends, him and me. I just call him by his first name now. Do you know why you're here, Timothy? Al says. No, Al, I don't, I say. Call me Tim. The principal's office ceiling lights sound like the wings of a bug. They flicker sometimes and make everything look blue-green. I was going to discuss this peeing affair with you, but I'm afraid I have more important news, he says as he hands me a rectangle of paper. It's one of those 3x5 flashcards from class with things written in pencil on it. You'll be reading with the 3rd grade today, Mrs. Wormsley's class, room 108. Fuck. Mrs. Wormsley is an old, wrinkled lady who wears gray suit dresses that match her gray hair. She wears black glasses with pointed corners, too, that make her look like a mean cat. She's the one who caught me and sent me to meet Al for the first time. I wrote something bad on the foggy window of the bus my first day at school. Backwards, too, in big capital letters so that people on the street could read it nice and clear. F-U-C-K. I am a good speller. You're quite the reader and writer, I hear, Al says. Mrs. Thompson says you're reading at a much higher level than your peers. You appear to be gifted. Thanks, Al. Those are kind words, I say. I talk this way because I watch a lot of TV. After Al tells me I can go back to class, I think about my favorite shows as I walk across the recess yard and through the halls. The A-Team, Silver Spoons, Different Strokes, the Dukes of Hazzard. I wish I had a car that could jump and fly away when you're in trouble. When school's out, the big yellow bus drops me off in front of my house, and I let myself in with a key that's hiding under this rock by the backyard fence. I don't have any brothers and sisters, and I'm alone all the time when Dad is at work because Mom left us. When I'm alone, I get to watch whatever I want before Dad gets home. Dad's hair is combed real nice, and he uses lots of hairspray that burns my nose to make it perfect. He also has to wear suits and black shoes that match his black belt to his office. When he gets home and finds me watching TV instead of doing my homework, he says, "Hey, shit lips, turn that fucking thing off." I repeat almost everything I hear because I like people on the TV and the way grown-ups talk. It's best to try and talk like they do. You have to reason with adults sometimes to get what you want. Teachers tell me all the time that I'm smart, but they just don't know how I can be so bad. I get in trouble for lots of things. I threw the tetherball in Sarah's face and made her cry. All the boys laughed when I took a stick and poked Steven, the retarded kid who drops his pants all the way to his feet when he pees in the bathroom. I tried to make everyone laugh when I pushed hard on the back of Nick's head. He was at the drinking fountain and really hurt his tooth, so they sent him to the nurse. I don't try to be bad. I just like to make people smile so much I get into trouble. Real trouble means no recess, or maybe the scary belt from Dad that hurts and makes me cry. Most of the shit lips on the playground always laugh no matter what I do, and I like the sound of it. The laughter is always there in the background, just like on the funny TV shows. On the way to Mrs. Wormsley's class, the ground is wet with rainwater and dead worms. The chocolate tree poo-poo pods are everywhere on the ground. They crunch when you step on them, and their round seeds jump out and roll around. I like the sound of the crunch and the wet smell. Outside is where recess is, and recess is the best, even when the sky is gray with clouds, like today. When I'm in class, I'm looking out the window whenever I can, and thinking about recess and the sounds and smells of the playground. When I'm outside and walking around like now, I can look inside through the windows and see a class that doesn't notice me, because they can't hear me, and are listening to the teachers. I throw a couple of acorns quickly at the window and run around the corner. Ha! Nobody sees me. The door to Mrs. Wormsley's class is a big metal door painted orange with the numbers 108 on it. For some reason, I'm starting to get the shivers, not knowing what lies ahead. Sometimes, when I don't know what's going to happen next, my hands get sweaty and itchy and my heart goes faster. Third graders are much bigger than me, and other kids say they are smarter and can hurt you. I can't let them know I'm scared. The door is heavier than I thought it would be, and when I pull it open in the class, everyone in the class stares at me. I can feel their eyes on me. They are looking now up and down at my red hair and freckled nose, my blue and green striped shirt. Some boys try to look tough and stare at me. They are all whispering a little too loud. A few of the girls are really pretty because they are older and their hair is made up with lots of bows and braids. Their faces and eyes are larger, and the dresses they wear have many bright colors like yellow and orange. They all have a book open with their desks made into a circle, and Mrs. Wormsley is the black cat in the middle. She hisses shh to everyone and points to an empty desk between a boy with rabbit teeth and a booger nose and a blonde girl in a pink dress who wears glasses that make her eyes look silly. Class, today we have a special visitor, Mrs. Wormsley says as she hands me the book they are reading. This is Timothy. Please call me Tim, I say as I rest my hand on the black cat's wrinkled hand. It feels like paper, but I touch it anyway and even tap it a couple times before she pulls away. The class laughs, and I know they don't know it yet, but they will be my friends, even the shit lips. Mrs. Wormsley gives everyone more of her shushing and is looking mean again, just like my dad always does, since Mom left. Always mad, never happy. Tim is only in kindergarten, but he is a good student, Mrs. Wormsley says. Good students listen instead of talk. Good students are smart because they learn from reading. Okay then, on top of page 8, please continue, Carl. Carl looks more scared than I was feeling at the door outside, and this makes me feel better. His lips are purple, and you can see the blue worms in his skinny white arms. I find where he's reading on the page and follow his words. Carl's a real shitlip and can't make the words right. This is what third grade Carl can't read. Run, Spot. Run, run, run. Oh, oh, oh. Funny, funny, Spot. And it's not just Carl. The whole class reads badly. When it's my turn to read, they can't believe how fast and good I can make the words sound. I can feel how amazed everyone is, even the old black cat too. This book must be for babies. The funny papers are harder. That's how I learned to read. The funny papers and Winnie the Pooh books. Okay, now it's Jenny's turn, Mrs. Wormsley says. Jenny is a good reader. See, Jenny. Oh, Jenny. Oh, oh, oh. Jenny has tan skin and blue eyes like Mom, with golden hair to her shoulders. She's wearing a blue sweater with sparkles all over it. I have a gift I'm going to give her for Christmas. It's a red, sparkly tree ornament in the shape of a heart that I found in a box marked Xmas in the closet back home. It's made of plastic, and it's beautiful. See Jenny, see Tim. See Jenny and Tim outside. Run, run, run. Mrs. Wormsley, can I tell a funny joke, I say, after the beautiful Jenny, the girl I'm going to marry, stops reading. I can see us married now at home, watching TV on the sofa and eating peanut butter Captain Crunch together right out of the box. We'll make our own happy family like on TV, like the Cosby family or the Brady Bunch. It will be the best family ever. In class, I talk without raising my arm like the other shitlips because I'm not afraid and I want Jenny's attention. This will be good and I will make Jenny laugh. Jenny, Jenny, Bo Benny, banana, fana, fo fenny, me, my, mo, manny, Jenny. No, quiet now, Timothy, Mrs. Wormsley says. When she gets angry, you can see more of her yellow teeth. But it's just Tim. Call me Tim, I say. The joke is really funny, are you sure? All the TV shows give me funny stories to tell at school. Dad tells his friends that I'm so funny I'm like a stand-up comedian, but I'm not sure what that means. Shh, Mrs. Wormsley says. Hey, all you shit-lips want to hear a joke, I say? Everyone screams, yeah! Everyone quiet, Mrs. Wormsley says. She grabs me by the arm, and it kind of hurts when she pulls me from my desk. She's taking me outside to sit against the wall until the bell rings. I'm outside, but it's not fun like recess. I'll probably have to see Al again, too. Maybe he will tell Dad and I'll get the belt again, but I don't want to think about it. That won't happen tonight. This place sucks, I shout when I go out the door. I can smell the dampness in the air that reminds me of the recess yard, but I'm being punished and can't go there. I try to think about fun things like peeing on Bruce's head and the crunchy poo-poo pods, but all I can see is Jenny's face, her blue eyes sparkling like her sweater. Today is the last day of school before Christmas, and I'm hiding my sparkling heart present for Jenny in my Star Wars lunchbox. I wrapped it just perfect in blue paper with lots of extra tape so it won't come undone or get wet from the rain on the way home. When she opens the gift, she will be happy. I just know it. And she can hang it on her tree and think of me in my heart. And she will know that there are things more important than books, reading, school, or being good or smart. There's this thing they talk about sometimes on the TV shows called love, spelled L-O-V-E. Mom used to say, I love you all the time to Dad and me. This is our first Christmas without her. When the bell rings, it's the last bell, and I'm free from being punished. I get up and run to my lunchbox so I can give Jenny the sparkling heart before she starts walking home. She lives near the school, but I don't, so I have to ride the big yellow bus home. My heart, the one inside my body, is loud, and I can feel it moving fast. When I find her, she's with her tall friend, Heather, who has long red hair and a face full of freckles. Jenny, I say out of breath, this is for you. I wrapped it myself. I hope you like it. Jenny looks at Heather, and Heather looks at Jenny. Thanks, Jenny says, like she's asking a question. Merry Christmas, Jenny. Heather looks at the ground, and Jenny looks at me. I'm Jewish, Jenny says. Okay, well, I hope you feel better, I say. It's starting to rain again, and the windows on the bus are fogging up. Now is the time when I want to write something awesome. I know just what to write. Jenny, backwards, so she can read it when the bus passes her like it always does. The bus starts moving, and I wipe another part of the window with my hand, so I can see outside better. I'm looking out the window through a clear spot in the glass, and when we get to the first stop sign, I see that there's a trail of little blue paper pieces on the sidewalk. The bus turns the corner, and I follow the paper trail to the curb, and next to the storm drain in the gutter, there's a tiny, sparkling red heart. Thank you.